Championship game coming up a little later on this evening from the Civic Center in Rapid City. Let's take a look at our American Dairy Association player of the game. And Mom, if you're watching, we're not doing this just for you. We really think that he was the player of the game. Nevada Ellison from Custer, 16 points for the senior. He had 4 3-pointers in the ball game, and really a lot of hustle and heart for his team. And Reno Ellison of Custer, our American Dairy Association player of the game, sponsored by your local dairy farmers who ask.
Got built.
16 for Ellison, 18 for Derek Paulson, 16 for David Kinsella, and 10 for Trent Custis, as the Wildcats put 4 players in double figures. And Custer finishes the season 22-4, and with a third place win here at the State A tournament. Little Wound led by 14 from Jess Hart, 12 from Tom White. They're the only 2 in doubles for Little Wound's Mustangs as they finish the season 20-5. West Central at 21-3, never won a State A championship, never won a state anything championship in basketball, but they are looking to get it done tonight. We'll see one of the most exciting players in the state, Josh Mueller from West Central, and they'll be up against the DeSmet Bulldogs, who are rated #1 all year. They're the #1 seed coming into the tournament, and they are coming up next. Let's take a break, and we'll be back to Rapid City after this. Consolation bracket this afternoon. It was Harrisburg over Cheyenne Eagle Butte, 65-60. Chris Stabner with 20 points in that game for Harrisburg. He had an excellent tournament, 19 points, 23 points, and 20 in his 3 state tournament games here for Chris Stabner, the All-Stater from Harrisburg. Scotland beat Milbank 71-53 in the 7th place game. Doug Hall, the big senior center for Scotland, with 26 points in that one. Dave Hope with 19, and Dan Volkenot had 16 for Milbank, but Scotland wins the 7th place game 71-53. In the 3rd place game tonight, it was Custer over Little Wound, 65-50. Derek Paulson with 18 points. Nevada Ellison and David Kinsella, the 2 seniors for Custer, with 16 points in that win as the Wildcats take home the 3rd place trophy from the State A tournament tonight. West Central and DeSmet coming up in this one. West Central, the 3rd seed in the tournament. DeSmet, the #1 seed. And we will see some great players on both sides. Corey Roth, who's been Mr. Dunk here in the tournament for DeSmet. And we'll see him along with his senior mates as the Bulldogs try to win their 2nd state championship of the 90s. They won the B championship back in 1995. They're up in Class A this year, and they are the #1 seed coming into the tournament. We're going to step aside one more time. We'll be back to Rapid City as the Trojans and the Dogs get set to go at it for the championship. Kellerland production crew along with you as the state championship game.
Are you tongue-tied, Tom, or what?
Go without comment, yes.
What would you say if your son came home looking like that?
DeSmet and West Central getting set to go at it for the State A championship game. Custer won the 3rd place game earlier tonight with a 15-point win over Little Wound. Let's check out the Mountain Dew road to the State A tournament. We'll start with the West Central Trojans. West Central located in Hartford, right on Interstate 90, about 10 miles or so west of Sioux Falls. At enrollment of 334 puts them 4th among the 8 teams in the tournament. They come in at 21-3. 4th tournament appearance. They've never won a state basketball tournament. They were 2nd back in 1994, but never won one. Beat Custer 71-61 last night in the semifinals. Josh Mueller with 35 points in that game, and again, he needs 39 points to tie the State A record, 40 points to break the tournament record here for points in 3 games at the Big A tournament. Andy Luth, 14 points and 9 rebounds, right at his average last night for West Central as they beat Custer to get here to the state championship game. Road to the A's for the DeSmet Bulldogs, and they've pretty much been on cue all season. That one loss is to Castlewood, the state B champions this year. Enrollment of 156. They are the smallest school of the 8 teams in the tournament this year. They were the state B champions in 87 and 95 under Coach Marv McCune, but they're up in Class A now this year. They kind of keep moving around a little bit. Beat Little Wound in overtime last night, 81-78, withstood that 48-point performance by Jess Hart, but they beat Little Wound to get here to the championship game. Corey Roth with 27 points last night for DeSmet. West Central and DeSmet coming up. Let's take one more break. We'll be back with the starting lineups from Rapid City right after this.
Good evening and welcome again to Rapid City's Rushmore Plaza Civic Center and the 1999 South Dakota Boys Basketball A-Class State Tournament. We're set to begin the championship game between the DeSmet Bulldogs and the Trojans of West Central. Let's meet the cheerleaders for both teams. The DeSmet cheerleaders are Erica Halverson, Brandy Warney, Alicia Siver, Kathy Reeder, Shannon Smith, and Jenny Peckinpah. Advisor is Shelley Ostis. The cheerleaders from West Central are Amanda Wheatman, Carmen Berber, Amy Lee Johnson, and Kelly Phillips. Advisor is Ann Petrie. Here are your starting lineups for tonight's championship game. At one forward for DeSmet, number 31, 6'4" senior Casey Schultz. At one forward for West Central, number 40, 6'3" senior Andy Luke. The other forward for DeSmet is number 33, 6'5" senior Jared Gass. And the other forward for West Central, number 34, 6' senior Josh Phillips. Starting in the middle for the Bulldogs, 6'5" senior number 51, Corey Roth. At the post for the Trojans, 5'10" senior number 24, Colin Bussey. One guard for DeSmet is number 23, 5'7" senior George Molnar. That guard for West Central is number 4, he's 5'10", he's a sophomore, Josh Mueller. And a guard for DeSmet is 6'4" senior number 25, Todd Skyberg. And also at guard for West Central is number 30, 5'10" senior Chris Smithen. The assistant coaches for DeSmet are Jim Altenberg, Dave Carmen, and Troy Sturgeon. Head coach of the Bulldogs is Mark McCune. Assistants for West Central are Tim Frederick and Scott Guzzi. Kent Mueller is the Trojan head coach. Your officials tonight are Lee Johnson and Clyde Hagan.
West Central with 21-3. DeSmet coming in at 22-1. That one loss to Castlewood, the state B champs, but DeSmet rated number 1 most of the year in Class A. West Central was floating around in that top 10 most of the season. And they got by Custer last night. DeSmet with the overtime win over Little Wound to get here to the State A championship game. It'll be DeSmet in the maroon uniforms, West Central in white.
And you kind of get the idea there's going to be a lot of intensity tonight. Great crowds from both schools coming across the state to cheer on their teams here in the championship night. And if you look down at the starting lineups, 9 of the 10 players on the court are seniors with the exception of Josh Mueller, so everybody's going to let it all hang out here as these two battle for the State A championship.
Meehan and Corey Roth on the jump. Roth controls it for DeSmet. Here's George Molnar, the point guard, had a great game last night in the semis, 19 points against Little Wound. Double high pick with Roth and Gass, Skyberg, and here's Casey Schultz for DeSmet. Man-to-man by West Central. Mueller guards Molnar. Big Andy Luth is number 40 inside for West Central. Here's Colin Bussey against Gass. Here at Gass tried to spin it in, got his own rebound. Counted in the foul for Jared Gass.
DeSmet does a good job on moving the ball around the perimeter. Their big man will come up and pick right at the top of the key and then break towards the basket. But Jared Gass got the ball down on the baseline, did a quick move, got his own rebound, and standing at the line for the three-point play.
Three nothing DeSmet. Here's Josh Mueller, the sophomore point guard for West Central, averages 27 points a game. He's had games of 29 and 35 already in the tournament. Off to Josh Phillips, to Chris Meehan, with Bussey and Luth inside. Little 1-2-2 zone for DeSmet. Molnar out on top. Here's Luth. Andy Luth averages 14 points, 10 rebounds a game.
And Andy Luth has got a sweet stroke. As you saw in the opening lineups, Colin Bussey is their scripted senior, but Andy Luth stands a few more inches than Colin Bussey, and Luth won't be shy. He'll step out and knock down a three as well.
And out to Schultz. Skyberg with the rebound. Roth steps on the way to the hoop.
Corey Roth saw the opening, tried to break for it, but I have a feeling if he wouldn't have traveled, he would have picked up his first foul. There was a couple of West Central Trojans standing in his way, and he avoided the foul, picked up the travel, and turnover.
Roth has had three monster two-hand dunks here in the tournament. He had two of them last night. And Phillips and Meehan set it for West Central. Luth again. Will go. Skyberg with another rebound for DeSmet.
West Central going to have to do a good job in boxing out. They are a little shorter team than DeSmet. As you mentioned, DeSmet 6'4", 6'4", 6'5", 6'5", and four of their starting five. But West Central strong and quick, and that's how they got here to the State A championship game.
Skyberg follows his own shot. Nobody put a body on him. Gets it back a third time, and Skyberg stays with it. He's got two. Skyberg and Corey Roth average 15 a game to lead DeSmet.
And that was just too easy for DeSmet on the offensive board. Skyberg, a couple of shots and got his own rebound. Nobody put a body on him. West Central's going to have to start shoring that up a little bit as the Trojans turn the ball over.
Meehan on the drive was looking for Luth. DeSmet shoots 52% on field goals as a team. That's the best shooting percentage in the tournament. The only team over 50%. Marv McCune played in the state championship game back in 1970 when DeSmet won the B championship, and now coaching in the A tournament. Roth can't get it to fall. There's Meehan with a rebound. Mueller had it taken away by Molnar. George Molnar can't get it to drop. Here's Mueller to Luth. Blocked twice almost, and Luth gets it back. And Andy Luth has all four West Central points.
Andy Luth, instead of using the ball fakes, he's going to have to use every ounce of muscle he's got to get through the big man of DeSmet. He had a pretty good game last night. Andy Luth, 14 points and fabulous job on defense. It's going to be a little tougher tonight with the height of DeSmet lurking underneath the boards.
Backdoor Skyberg. In and out. Luth had a hand on it, out of bounds off of Roth. Timeout on the floor, 4:31 to play in the first. DeSmet, the #1 seed in the tournament. And the Bulldogs, with just one blemish on the record all year, 22-1 coming into the tournament. Castlewood beat them about midway through the season, a 1-point game. West Central comes in at 21-3. Here's Mueller, averages 27 a game, and they are going to keep an eagle eye on him.
And if you remember last night, first couple of shots, air balls in Mueller's 35-point game, so he's definitely not shy. It may take him a couple shots to find his rhythm, but it's just a matter of time before he starts firing on all cylinders.
That time it looked like he was open. Roth, though, knew where he was. Corey Roth came over, out of bounds off of him. Midway through the first, here's Mueller. In and out on about a 25-footer. And Gass clears it for DeSmet.
And the DeSmet big man will get out and run the floor very well. We saw that last night against Little Wound as the Bulldogs turned the ball over. Marv McCune wants a tip, but he's not going to get it.
Marv's 18th season at DeSmet. Mueller. And again, misses his first 2 shots of the game. Goes to the floor, keeps it alive. Here's Bussey. Colin Bussey is 6'1", but he makes those athletic slashing moves like that, and he gives West Central the lead.
Colin Bussey, some Jordan S. type moves. You don't expect that out of the bus. You just expect him to get down and dirty underneath the paint. He sets picks. He plays defense so well, but every now and then he'll come up with a couple of those athletic moves to surprise you.
Speaking of athletic, Corey Roth on the other end for DeSmet. Got his own rebound. First hoop for Roth. Roth and Molnar, track stars for DeSmet. They were both on 3 relays that won at the state tournament last year. The state track meet, I should say. And there's another air ball for Mueller, but you see how it affects him here in the championship game. Didn't seem to bother him at all last night. Rebound to Meehan.
See Chris Meehan working hard. Couple of offensive rebounds. Couldn't get it to back. See Kent Mueller telling Josh to maybe settle down a little bit and take a couple of dribbles and get a little closer to the hoop instead of launching up those 25-footers early on.
Stays at a 1-point DeSmet lead. Roth guarded by Luth. Pretty good muscle matchup there. Gass, 14-footer. Schultz with the rebound. And 4 players have scored now for DeSmet. Bounds off Skybird, but that zone really spread out, a lot of arms waving in the passing lanes. Brian Alderson and Chad Riley check in for West Central. Both teams only go about 7 players deep, as Phillips kind of carelessly whipped that one out, and it's a turnover again for West Central.
Josh Phillips kind of got caught down in Neverland. He took the ball right inside, and all of a sudden turned around. He had a double team right in the corner. He couldn't dribble out of it, and he tried to get it out front and threw it away. Turnover. Smet ball, leading by 3.
Roth inside. Alderson with the block, but got him on the arm. 2 shots coming up for Roth. Brian Alderson, 6'4" sophomore, listed at 6'4". He might be the tallest player out there, though.
Doesn't do a lot in the scoring column, but he does a lot of other things. Played some great defense the last 2 nights here. And averages just 4 and 4. 4 points, 4 rebounds. He's been hitting his average, but comes up with a lot of turnovers. He'll make those big men underneath change their shots around, and played a big part in West Central's 10-point win over Custer last night in the semis.
Corey Roth's been making a living at the line in the tournament. He's 22 out of 28 on free throws in the first 2 games. Gets 1 out of 2 there. 4-point DeSmet lead. Luth at the other end. 6 points for Andy Luth in the first quarter.
So far early on, Andy Luth's been getting all the looks. He goes down and posts up and just kind of floats out about 15 feet away. And DeSmet's going to have to come out and start sticking a hand in his face, or Andy Luth could have a big night offensively.
Gass, sweet little turnaround on the baseline for Jared Gass.
Jared Gass is smooth, even though he stands 6'5". He's quick off the dribble, and he's got the smooth shot, the quick release.
Riley for three, and out of bounds over the top of the board. And Meehan back on for West Central as Phillips checks out. West Central, the state football champs again this year, won their third straight. And Luth and Riley and Meehan and Phillips and these guys, part of that team. Here's Mueller. Can't get it to go on the drive, but he'll get a couple of free throws.
Josh Mueller and the West Central Trojans doing a good job at running the break. They filled the lanes nicely, and Mueller decided to keep it, and George Molnar, trying to contest the shot, picks up his first foul, sent Mueller to the line for two. I think that's how Josh Mueller can get into the flow of this game, as West Central can run up and down the court. We've heard Kent Mueller talk about ever since their shoot-around on Wednesday, he'd like to get up and down against these teams out here in the state tournament, see if they can keep up with them.
First two of the game for Mueller. He's now 22 out of 20, 23 out of 25 from the free throw line in the tournament. Under a minute now in the first. High-low between Gass and Roth, and it wouldn't go for Roth. Meehan with the rebound. Derek Larson is on for DeSmet. Mueller for three. Another air ball. Here's Larson. Can't quite finish it. And Mueller the other way. 30 seconds to go in the first. In and out again for Mueller. Two more free throws coming up.
That's what he does so well. Get the ball up and down the court, attract some attention. A lot of times he'll start dishing that off to a wide open teammate on the wing, but tries to hit the floater right there, and he's back at the line for two. .84% free throw shooter on the year. Bussey back on as Riley sits down. And Skyberg back in now for DeSmet. 4 for Mueller. Ties it up at 12. See if DeSmet plays for one now. Foul on Mueller on the drive. There's Dad Kent yelling from the sideline, telling him to move his feet. Don't play defense with your hands.
Close to another one there. Molnar will back it back out. Three seconds. Roth for three. Corey Roth at the buzzer. 6 for Roth in the first quarter, and his three. It's DeSmet up by 3 at the end of the first quarter. Well, the Roth three, I don't know if he knew how much time was left or not. It kind of surprised him, but...
It did kind of surprise him, but he had the sweet stroke. Perfect shot during the timeout. Kent Mueller telling his West Central Trojans, you got to play better defense. You got to move your feet. And offensively, they want to penetrate the ball a little deeper down into the zone.
Drive again won't go for Mueller. He's yet to connect on a field goal. And here's Molnar, the state champion in the 800 meters. Roth tried to spin it in. Luth, good defense for West Central. Off to Mueller now. West Central down by 3, just underway. Second quarter. Meehan might be able to take that shot if he wants to at some point. A lot of role players on this West Central team, though. They know Mueller's the big scorer. Everybody else does their job. Meehan, good on that drive. Count it for Chris Meehan. Free throw coming up.
Chris Meehan saw the defender coming over. He knew he had position. got up in the air, got the shot off, picked up the foul. Little tap foul right there. Saw Casey Schultz reaching in.
Perfect play against that zone. And a three-point play by Meehan ties it back up at 15.
Take a look at your stat board presented by Norwest. West Central 4-12, shooting 33% from the field. Meanwhile, DeSmet about the same, 35%. Three-pointers. West Central yet to hit one yet. A couple long ones, grabbing nothing but air from Josh Mueller. Free throws pretty even, rebounding even, turnovers even. The game's even, but DeSmet leading by 2.
Roth with another bucket. 8 points for Corey Roth. Luth. In and out again. Meehan with a good rebound by Chris Meehan and a putback. He averages 5, and he's got 5 already.
Chris Meehan doing a good job bagging the offensive boards, coming down with the big rebound there, the putback. Chris Meehan's a workhorse. He'll get it done for you. Only averages 5, as you said. 6 points last night. And he's already at 5 right now.
Again, West Central has never won a state basketball championship. Skyberg got it taken away by Bussey. And a jump ball. Buss thought he stripped it clean. Burgers comes on now for DeSmet. Now here's the angle that Clyde Hagan has, and the held ball between Skyberg and Bussey. Stripped away by Mueller as he came over to help. The quick pull up, there's his game. 6 now for Mueller's first bucket after going 0 for 4 from the field in the first quarter.
And Mark McCune calls a 20-second timeout to talk about it a little bit. But Josh Mueller, quick hands on defense. He started the break. He was down 1 to 4. He had 4 defenders back, and he just, instead of pushing it, he pulled it up and hit the 15 or 10-footer right there, uncontested. And he can hit those all night long.
Quick but in control. It's just so tough to go as fast as you can on the dribble and pull up like that and make a jump shot. And he is as good as anybody in the tournament at doing it. This event being conducted under the auspices of the South Dakota High School Activities Association. Marlon Goldhammer and Bob Lowry and company out here this weekend. State AA tournament is coming up next week in Sioux Falls, starting Thursday afternoon.
A couple of teams still battling for the right to head to the AA, O'Gorman and Lincoln.
Those games going on tonight. 4 teams are in, 4 will get in tonight. Skyberg wide open for 3. Gass high for the rebound. But Meehan has it taken right away by Schultz. Casey Schultz with the steal. And he's going to get 2 free throws.
Casey Schultz doing a good job. He just basically took it away right from Chris Meehan. Chris Meehan looking to pass, and Chris Meehan will pick up his first foul, send Schultz to the line for 2.
Molnar comes back on. There's Burgers. One of 7 seniors. Make that 8 seniors for DeSmet. 4 points now for Schultz. Ties it back up at 19. Coming up at halftime, we'll have the awards from the 3rd and 4th place game from earlier tonight, as well as the Spirit of Sioux and the Spirit of 6 awards. Meehan on the drive. Good no call there. Schultz the other way for DeSmet. Skyberg for 3. In and out, but Gass again. And this time it's Roth, and that size and athleticism starting to show up for DeSmet. If they turn it over there, 4:39 to play. Timeout on the floor. All tied. .39 to play before halftime, and there's the game reset. Team fouls even. Next held ball, jump ball, will go to West Central. Tied on the scoreboard. And the Trojans with the basketball. Here's Josh Mueller. That 1-2-2 zone really spread out for DeSmet. Luth for a NBA three. And he looks over at the bench, and Kent Mueller says, get down in the paint, please.
But you saw Colin Bussey picking up that foul on the rebound. Kent Mueller was stressing very loudly during that halftime to get a body on somebody. They're just getting killed on the boards. It was virtually even through the first quarter, but lately they've just been getting hammered.
Good steal by Meehan, Chris Meehan. 7 points in the quarter. And he gives West Central back a 2-point lead.
Chris Meehan keeping the Trojans in it here in the first half of this one. As the Trojans coming out a little more intensity here after that timeout.
Dustin McCune is in now for DeSmet. Mueller for three. That's going to be short. Out of bounds off of Roth, though. Josh Mueller again averaging 27 points a game. He's got 6 right now. Just the 1 field goal.
And they got some talking going on. Josh Phillips and George Molnar doing a little jawing. The referees said cool the mouth a little bit and show it on the floor. A couple of good rivalries going out here in the forward spot.
Here's Dustin McCune, Marv's son. 3-point shooter. He got it right on. Dustin McCune's first three. And he gives DeSmet a lead.
Both teams not doing a lot of shooting from behind the arc, and may take a couple before defense starts coming out to contest those shots. The only one doing a lot of shooting from behind the arc is Josh Mueller, but he hasn't connected yet.
Luth has been deadly from right there. Right at the free throw line. 8 points for Luth. Seesaws back to a 1-point West Central lead. McCune again, same spot, same result. Dustin McCune jacked up about back-to-back threes. 2-point DeSmet lead.
Trojans seem to be worried about Corey Roth down in the blocks. They keep doubling him up and leaving McCune all alone as Luth almost knocked down another one from the elbow.
Gass, nice spin move. Excellent move by Jared Gass. He's got 7, and DeSmet has its biggest lead now at 27-23.
Big time move for the 6'5" senior. He was all alone down on that end. He had 3 Trojans sitting there waiting for him to drive. He drove the spin move in the bucket.
Phillips gets inside the zone. Off to Bussey. And the bus couldn't get it to go twice. Molnar on the push. George Molnar. Hanging the left hand. And he'll get a chance to make it a 7-point lead.
Watch the last step right there. He set it up. He saw the defender on his back as Colin Bussey was trailing him, and that step right there, he pushed his way back into the floor and got it to go off glass.
Molnar had the game of his life last night in the win over Little Wound, 19 points. And he has his first 3, and DeSmet has an 8-point lead all of a sudden. Check that 7-point lead at 30-23.
Now DeSmet getting back into that man-to-man, pushing West Central out a little bit. As Andy Luth drops down by the block, and Jared Gass is going to pick up his second foul. Good job by Luth, recognizing the defense, sticking around out by the top of the key. He dropped down and was wide open briefly. Got fouled, and he's standing at the stripe for a couple free throws.
I think Luth kind of realizes that DeSmet's going to try to take Josh Mueller away and that he's going to have to provide some offense. Dustin McCune, big hand for him as he sits down. And Larson comes back on for DeSmet. 10 points now for Luth. And West Central back within 5. Minute 15 to play before halftime. Here's Gass again. Man, he's got some athletic ability down there. The spins and he can get up and shoot over just about anybody. 9 points for Gass.
And he's got those long arms and the ability to leap, but now Kent Mueller wants 20-second timeout. See if they can stop that somehow. But you're right, Jared Gass, he stands 6'5", and he plays like a guard. Every time he takes the ball, he can spin. Little jump step right there, and the sweet stroke, and knocks down his 9th point of the game.
West Central's got its big lineup in there with Luth and Alderson, both at about 6'4". I think Kent just wanted to make sure they don't let this lead get any bigger than it is right now. 7-point lead for DeSmet. With a minute and 5 seconds to play before halftime. Here's Mueller, and Molnar will come way out high and check him right away. Double pick at the high post, the extremely high post. Now they drop back to that 1-2-2. Good pass from Phillips to Alderson. We've seen Phillips make a lot of good diagonal passes like that in the tournament.
And Alderson doing a good job of cutting to the basket. He saw the opening, and he was wide open briefly. Josh Phillips did what he could to get the bullet pass down there in time, but good job by Brian Alderson, the young sophomore.
Kent Mueller was saying Alderson was going to school in Pipestone. He played football in Pipestone and then transferred to West Central before the basketball season began this year. And he gets the Trojans back within 5. 40 seconds to go before halftime. Gass again. This one's off the side of the board. Good defense by Luth.
Good job by Luth. He saw Gass was going to go to his left, and he just kind of took one step and pushed Gass behind the bang board, and Gass kind of ran out of room, hit the back, and West Central's ball. Luth.
12 for Andy Luth. That one was just about to crawl over the top of the board. Meehan with another steal. He got time to get a hoop here. Mueller for 3. It won't quite go, and with 0.2 of a second left, a foul on the rebound. It's going to go against DeSmet. Take a look here.
See the good heads-up rebound by Josh Phillips. And Derek Larson came over the top of him, tried to knock it out of his hands, but came up with Phillips' arms, and now Josh will stand at the line for 2 with 0.2 of a second left. Marv McCune can't be happy about that foul.
Yeah, they're saying he was fouled on the putback attempt, so 2 shots. West Central back within 3 right now as Kent Mueller brings in Jared Smith back and a few other players. He doesn't want any of his starters to pick up any more fouls here in the last 0.2 of the first half. Phillips can't get either one, but West Central back within 3 at the half. It's DeSmet 32, West Central 29 at halftime. Back with the awards from the 3rd and 4th place game and the Spirit of Sioux, Spirit of 6 awards from Rapid City right after this.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back. State Farm at the half. Time to hand out some more hardware. Let's go to Scott Tubbs on the PA.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to once again direct your attention to the playing court as we continue with the team awards. To present the awards to the 2 teams that played the first game this evening, from the Board of Directors, Wayne Carney and Tom Long. The 4th place team in this year's tournament is Little Wound. Players are Lyle LeBeau, Tom White, Drew LeBeau, Jay Jacobs, Robert Janis, Tim Lone Elk, Corey Shangru, Cash Pourier, Richard Giago, Corey Provost, Jess Hart, Warren Giago. Student managers, Steph Pourier and Lacey Pourier and Elsie LeBeau. Assistant coach, Paul John Ironcloud. Assistant coach, Robert Stoner. Head coach of the Little Wound Mustangs, Lyle Dusty LeBeau. There will be a caravan leaving the Kmart parking lot to follow the Little Wound Mustangs home at 11 o'clock a.m. tomorrow. A reception will follow at the high school gym at about 1 o'clock. Winners of the first game this evening for third place honors of the 1999 boys A-class tournament, the Custer Wildcats. Players are Tiger Long, Ethan Walker, Adam Perigo, Tyson Bradford, Nevada Ellison, Derek Paulson, Paige Paulson, David Kinsella, Trent Custis, Robbie Ellison, Jeremy Berger, Jason Rosane, Joe Lefebvre. Student managers, Dylan Haug, Vicky Pluster, Tamara Rindal, Marla Gustafson, and Spencer Paulson. Assistant coaches, Larry Geischer, Chris Kulker, Paul Anderson, and Fred Paulson. Head coach of the Custer Wildcats, Larry Luchins.
How you doing? See you in May. See you in May.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to direct your attention to the area in front of the band. The tournament band that's been playing for today's sessions of the state basketball tournament is the Todd County High School Falcon Pet Band under the direction of Greg Norris. In appreciation for the fine music the band has provided during the games, Kenneth Pickering, Assistant Executive Director of the South Dakota High School Activities Association, is now presenting to Greg Norris, the director of the Falcon Pet Band, a plaque to commemorate the day. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention back to the center of the floor for the award that has become known as the Spirit of Six. The Spirit of Six award was created by the South Dakota Peace Officers Association as a memorial for the 6 cheerleaders from Rapid City who lost their lives in an airplane accident while returning to Rapid City from the 1968 Boys State A basketball tournament. As reported by the Rapid City Journal, the spirit epitomized by the Rapid City cheerleaders was best expressed with an inscription on a picture from one of the Rapid City cheerleaders to another member of the squad. The inscription read, "This year has been quite a challenge for everyone. You've got the qualities that a good cheerleader needs. I sure hope that we go to state basketball because that is definitely one of the better sides of cheerleading. Be happy and enjoy this year with all the memories. The award is based upon the cheerleaders' abilities displayed in the areas of crowd control, sportsmanship, enthusiasm, behavior on the court, and dress. Stan Triplett and Pat Humphrey from the South Dakota Peace Officers Association is proud to present for the 30th year the trophy in memory of the 6 Rapid City cheerleaders to the cheerleaders from Custer High School. Congratulations, Jamie Jacko, Andrea Tweet, Chris McKee, Danielle Dykstra, Amanda Schutt, and Tharia Samara. Advisor is Cherry Block. The Spirit of Sioux Award. The Spirit of Sioux Award was created as a memorial for Sue Ann Big Crow. She was best known for her accomplishments on the basketball court, but academic achievement and community involvement were equally important to her. The Spirit of Sioux Award was given to an outstanding high school athlete participating at this tournament who not only shares Sue Ann's dreams and drive for academic and athletic excellence, but also strives to make life better for others through community service. The beautiful colors of the quilt are symbolic of the 4 races of people. Sue Ann had a dream that all races could complement each other and live in harmony, thus making the world as beautiful as the quilt we award tonight. Tony Harrison and Brent Dromer of the Rapid City Police Department are joined by Jeff Thayer and Brian Mueller from the Pennington County Sheriff's Department, along with Chick Big Crow and Tiny DeCory of the Visions of Sue Ann Big Crow Incorporated. They are proud to present the Spirit of Sioux Award to Chris Stabner from Harrisburg High School.
Great honor to receive the Spirit of Sioux Award here at the state tournaments. Chris Stabner of Harrisburg is the recipient of that award this year. The Spirit of 6 award goes to the Custer cheerleaders. Congratulations to all. We've got a half of basketball to play here between DeSmet and West Central to see who wins the State A championship. We're going to take another break here and be back with quarter number 3 from Rapid City after this. At the half, it is DeSmet 32, West Central 29 in the State A championship game. West Central looking for its first ever state basketball championship. Castlewood won its first ever state championship last week at the State B tournament in Aberdeen. Let's take a look at the Norwest numbers through the first 2 quarters. Johnny?
Take a look at the Norwest numbers. Actually, both teams shooting up around 42%, except for West Central, 35%. Josh Mueller just 1 of 8 from the field, 0 for 5 from 3-point land, as West Central has yet to hit from behind the arc. Free throws, 9 of 13 for the Trojans, 5 of 6 for DeSmet. Rebounds are pretty close, and so are the turnovers. But I think the story of this game is Josh Mueller still having a problem getting dialed in as far as offense goes. Andy Luth has been keeping the Trojans in this thing. Andy Luth with 12 points to lead all scorers here in the first half. 7 points from Chris Meehan. Josh Mueller adds 6. Just 1 field goal, 4 free throws for Josh. Jared Gass has led the way for DeSmet with 9. Corey Roth has added 8. Casey Schultz 4. As 6 players in the scoring column for the top seeds from DeSmet. Still pretty close game. Pretty even game when you look at the stats. Kind of how we expected this one to go.
Dustin McCune with 2 big 3-pointers off the bench for DeSmet. Gave him a big boost in that second quarter. But West Central will see if Mueller can get on track. He and his dad were having a heart-to-heart conversation on the bench just before we started the third quarter here. But they come out man-to-man now. DeSmet does to start the third quarter with Molnar chasing Mueller. Here's Josh Mueller, and that's a pretty good start.
Pretty good start for Josh Mueller, as you saw Andy Luth come off the block and set a huge pick for Josh, but he still picked up a lot of traffic when he came in, but hit the floater for the first bucket of the half.
And I wonder if they'll stay in that man-to-man. That zone is doing a pretty effective job. Molnar got caught underneath, and it's blocked out of bounds by West Central.
Josh Molnar taking the ball down around the baseline, looking to dish it off, but West Central did a good job collapsing down. Molnar, his only option was to go up for the shot, got tipped out, and they'll keep it.
The inbounds Gas with the bucket and a foul on Josh Phillips from behind. So Jared Gas with 11 points now, right at his average. And a chance to make it once again a 4-point DeSmet lead. Get it done. Luth with another rebound, so it stays 34-31 DeSmet. Just underway, third quarter. State championship game from Rapid City. Luth again. Roth the other way, Mr. Dunkenstein.
And you kind of saw that happen. DeSmet had a 3 on nobody. There's nobody standing in the way from Roth, and the big flusher. That got the DeSmet fans screaming. Pretty quiet there in the first half, but
Take another look.
there's just nobody there. Chris Meehan would not get in the front of that. That'd be dangerous to your health.
He just takes those big, long strides, and it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get up. But Roth with 10 points now, and Mueller also with 10, as he's got 2 out of 2 from the field here to start the third quarter.
Maybe that's what Josh needs. A couple little short floaters to get him dialed in. Slowly start creeping out around that 3-point arc, and kind of a matter of time before he starts knocking those down.
Schultz for 3. Long and strong. Mueller rebound. Mueller for 3. Boom. Uh-oh. Mueller with 7 to start the third quarter. Ties it up at 36.
And it's almost just the opposite of a lot of games during the year. Mueller comes out firing like that right from the beginning and then slows down in the second half, gets the rest of his teammates involved, but it looks like he's going to take it over right now.
Second foul on Mueller. It was riding Molnar all the way to the basket. Close to a 5-second call, but they get the inbounds. You can cross that half-court line on the inbound pass. Roth a little strong that time. Gas, 16-footer. Silky smooth jump shot by Jared Gas.
And Gas hit the floor. He comes up limping a little bit.
13 for Gas. And now DeSmet does go back to the zone. Luth inside, had it deflected by Gas. Comes down to Alderson, and Brian Alderson with the putback to tie it back up.
Alderson with a great putback. Didn't get nervous, didn't get excited, just came down at the rebound, threw it right back up for 2.
Schultz passes up to 3. Mueller came out, got a hand on it, and Schultz kicked it off his knee and out of bounds.
And the Trojans are pumped up on the floor, as their fans are right behind us, Tommy, but it's exactly what Kent Mueller wanted, was to take the momentum right off the opening tip and change the swing of this game around. It seemed like DeSmet had a little bit of the momentum going into halftime, but all West Central here in the second.
Back to the 1-2-2 zone. Mueller again. And Roth clears. Gas, and he's getting for walking out front. Timeout on the floor with 4:37 to play in the third. Trojans tie it up at 38. There's your game reset. Each team's used the 20. Possession arrow points to DeSmet. Tied up at 38. West Central was down by 3 at the half, but back even now. Here's Meehan to Phillips for 3. Out of bounds off of Skyberg, and West Central keeps it.
West Central doing a little better job bagging the boards here in the second half. Kent Mueller talked about getting a body on everybody there in the first half, as DeSmet pretty much controlled the board on both sides of the court, but West Central doing a better job here and shooting a little better from the field as well.
Derek Larson coming on for DeSmet. Skyberg sits down. DeSmet located on Highway 14, about almost exactly halfway between Brookings and Huron, between Iroquois and Lake Preston, if you want to think about it that way. Mueller stepped on the out-of-bounds line.
Kent says he was pushed, but Josh attracted a lot of attention when he started going baseline, looking to dish off, but he couldn't. Just ran out of real estate, stepped out of bounds, turned the ball over.
We've been talking a lot about, we know that Mueller's going to get taller, but is that going to help him? Quickest player out there maybe right now, he and Molnar, but Mueller at 5'10" right now, and his dad about 6'5". Roth had it stripped away. It'll stay at DeSmet's end.
West Central doing a good job on Corey Roth, just 10 points so far. Guy that averages 15 points, 8 boards. But
and he's had a great tournament, 17 points in the first game, 27 in the win last night. Here's Molnar to Gass. Trying to get it to Schultz. Mueller.
Mueller leading the break. He felt the pressure coming from behind him. He just pulled up, and defenders ran right by him, and he hit that easy 7-footer.
15 now for Mueller, 9 of them here in the quarter. Schultz and Meehan tie it up, and a foul somewhere on West Central. It was against Bussey. Be number 3 on the bus.
Actually, Chris Meehan just stripped the ball right away, but the bus reached in from around. That's where the foul occurred. And Meehan was streaking down the other way for a layup.
The Bussey comes out. Alderson back in for West Central. Third team foul on West Central. D by Luth. And here comes Mueller. I love that behind the back dribble. It gets him open, but just a little strong on the layup. Missed an opportunity there. Still a 2-point lead for West Central. 2:45 to play in the third. Here's Gass again. Blocked by Alderson.
Another example of some of the things. Brian Alderson, just a 6'4" sophomore, but he'll give you some quality minutes when he's out on the floor.
Mueller for 3. Short Phillips came crashing. DeSmet's got some numbers the other way. Here's Molnar. Luth came over to redirect it. Out of bounds off of Schultz.
Molnar did a good job just getting that shot off, but a little too much arch, and now Marv McCune calling a 22nd timeout. Settle things down a little bit on the DeSmet bench.
A little ragged both ways. I mean, both teams just going so hard, but you got to be under control also.
And that's one thing Josh Mueller, he pushes it so hard. He spends a lot of time on the floor. We've seen that in some of the games we covered this year. But he just makes things happen a lot of times and does attract a lot of fouls. But we just saw that last trip down the floor, going a little too hard. Maybe should have dished it up. He's going full speed. He had a 3 or 4 defenders right on his back pocket. Couldn't connect with the bucket.
DeSmet has burned both of its 20-second timeouts. 3 fulls left for both teams. Marvelous Marv McCune was part of a great run for DeSmet back in 69 and 70 and 71. They finished second, 69, won it in 70 and 71. As a player at DeSmet and now the head coach there. Meehan, the patented Meehan drive right to the front of the rim, but this time it won't go. Gass with a rebound. Skyberg, it's a 2. Good rebound by Meehan. Mueller again, the floater. And he pretty much defines Streaky. 9 points in the quarter for Mueller, but he's missed his last 3. And Alderson, another rebound. At the minute 10 mark of the third quarter. Meehan looking for some help. Good pass from Phillips to Alderson. Brian Alderson, 6 points. Off the bench for West Central. Trojans by 4 now.
And before Josh Phillips even got that pass, you saw Alderson just kind of lagging down. He winded up on the block. Had a defender on his back. Nobody fronting him. Phillips with the quick touch pass. Alderson for the bucket.
There's the game clock. Time winding down in the third quarter. If you missed it today, Custer won the third place game, beating Little Wound. Harrisburg beat Cheyenne Eagle Butte for 5th place. And Scotland beat Millbank 71-53 for 7th place this afternoon. 10 seconds now. Here's Molnar. That is a pretty little pull-up move by Molnar. He's got 5. Trojans back the other way. Molnar with the strip. And after 3 quarters, 2-point ball game, West Central with the lead. Two-point lead, and Josh Mueller starts on the bench for West Central. Jared Smithback is in there for the Trojans in white. Here's Molnar for DeSmet. Same shot he just hit. George Molnar back-to-back hoops. 7 points for Molnar.
George Molnar has that act to just get up and hang. He's got some leapers, and he just jumped over everybody the last 2 times down the floor, and he's come up with a couple of big buckets here for the Bulldogs. Tie this one up at 42.
Smith back, good feed to Alderson, a little short. Gass with another rebound. Mueller is set to check back in for West Central. At the next break, DeSmet looking to take a lead here. Here's Schultz to Skyberg to Gass, looking inside for Roth. They get it to Corey Roth. A lot of contact there. Skyberg had a hand on it, and Luth comes away with a rebound. And when you go in there against Luth, there's always seems to be contact. West Central wants timeout.
22nd timeout as we take a look at the Norwest stat board through 3 quarters of play. Look at those 3-pointers. 1 of 11 for the Trojans. Josh Mueller finally dialed one in third quarter. 3 of 8 for DeSmet. Free throws, 9 of 13. Rebounds are pretty even. Turnovers pretty even. Big story of the game, the shooting percentages, just 38% for West Central from the floor. Meanwhile, DeSmet shooting a little better at 40%. Game tied at 42.
Well, you know, free throws are going to start playing a big factor. We have 6:54 to play in the fourth. DeSmet has still not committed a foul here in the second half. West Central has 3.
Kind of look for the big men to get involved here. Andy Luth, 12 points in the first half. So far scoreless here in the second. And Corey Roth been pretty quiet for DeSmet as well.
Meehan for three. Chris Meehan. 10 points now for him, doubling his average. He's having an excellent tournament. Gives West Central a 3-point lead. Mueller back on now for West Central. Skyberg has to run it down. Gass got his own board. Jared Gass, 15 points now for the senior. Gets DeSmet back within one. 6 minutes to play. Mueller for three. Just won't stay down, and Bussey picks up his 4th foul. Good rebound by Skyberg.
Colin Bussey doing what he can to box out Skyberg underneath, but Jared Gass on the other end, that's a classic example of not doing your job if you're a West Central Trojan. You got to box him out, especially after he takes the shot. First thing you're taught is to stick a body on him, but he picked up his own rebound, picked up the bucket. Now DeSmet back with the ball, trailing by 1.
Corey Roth for 2. Ball and 2 by Roth. That's a dozen now for Roth. And it gives DeSmet back the lead at 46-45. They've gone back and forth. West Central is down by 3 at the half. Took a 2-point lead after 3 quarters. And a foul inside on Roth.
Called the foul on Corey Roth. I almost thought Casey Schultz came up with all ball, but they say Corey Roth hit him with the body.
2 coming up for Luth. Andy Luth gets the first, 13 now. Average is 14. Somebody slipped us a note about the 5 seniors for West Central all played softball together. They won a national 12 and under tournament back in 1993. Andy Luth was the pitcher on that team. But all these kids been playing together for a long time, as have all these seniors for DeSmet. Tied up at 46. 5 minutes to play in regulation. Roth with Luth on his back. No call there. Molnar for 3. And Luth comes away with a rebound.
Roth and Luth, you watch those 2 guys banging down in the paint. That's a treat to watch. But oh, the tip goes in. They're going to brush off the bucket, call a foul on Alderson.
Ball just happened to go back in. Watch here.
Watch the shot go up, and Mueller just having a problem getting the ball in the bucket. And you see Alderson coming over the back of a couple of the DeSmet Bulldogs. Timeout on the court. We're all locked up at 46.
.432 up on the clock in regulation. Overtime, a big possibility. Tied up at 46. And that last foul goes on Brian Alderson. So DeSmet basketball. A little pressure now from West Central. Molnar will come back and get it and run it the other way. Some scores from the AA playoffs tonight. Sioux Falls O'Gorman beats Lincoln, so O'Gorman is in the AA tournament. Brookings beat Brandon Valley by 7, so Brookings goes to the AA tournament next week. Aberdeen Central takes care of Sturgis, so the Golden Eagles are in. And we'll have that tournament next Thursday afternoon on South Dakota Public TV. We'll start at 1 o'clock Central Time with the AA tournament from Sioux Falls. Foul was on Mueller, his 3rd.
That's what I was questioning.
And there's that other final. Pierre knocks off Spearfish. So the Govs will go to the state tournament next week.
And no back-to-back champions in the AA class. As Brandon Valley's eliminated, O'Gorman gets back. They'll have a shot. Of course, exciting one right down the wire. Brandon Valley and O'Gorman last year.
Molnar gets them both. 9 points now for Molnar. 2-point lead for DeSmet. Phillips for three. Right on, but it rims out. Alderson there. Ryan Alderson with the putback. And a chance for a three-point play. Alderson with 8 points now off the bench.
Great putback by Alderson. Didn't put the ball on the floor. A lot of big men will grab that rebound and put the ball back on the floor, but he had the sense just to put it right back in. Got the hoop and the foul. And a big game for the big sophomore from West Central.
Short on the throw. Luth going after it, and it's out of bounds off of Big Andy, but Alderson ties it back up at 48 with 4:03 to play. They'll hold it up to do a little house cleaning and bring Bussey back on. Good hand for Alderson as he sits down. Schultz looking inside for Roth. They get it to Corey. Straight up over Luth, and Luth fouled him on the way up. So Roth will go back to the free throw line.
Andy Luth doing what he can. He thought about fronting Roth, but Roth got the ball. Luth tried to stand his ground, but he kind of leaned into him, picked up his second foul.
And fouled him on the face, I think. 12 points so far for Roth. Oh. Didn't get the extension on that one. 62% free throw shooter coming in. He's been very good from the line to this point. They can't connect on a couple of them there. So stays tied at 48. Meehan. No dice and Gas for the rebound. And now West Central is over the limit. This will be the 8th team foul, so a 1-on-1 coming up at the other end for Gas.
Josh Phillips trying to come over to the back of Gas. Gas with more good position. Jared Gas doing a heck of a job on the boards tonight.
Gas 1 out of 2 at the line so far this evening. But he's got 15 right now to lead DeSmet. And out, Luth with a rebound, so Bulldogs have missed their last 3 at the line, and it stays tied. Molnar with the quick hands. And he runs it down out of bounds off of West Central. So George Molnar with the hustle creates the turnover. State track champion. Using that to his advantage there. Out of bounds off of Luth. And the Bulldogs will get it with 3:21 to play. Gas. It's a 2. Long 2-pointer for Gas. 17 points now for Jared Gas. 2-point lead for DeSmet. Mueller yet to score here in the 4th. Phillips, good pass to Bussey. And that patented right-hand move by the Bus.
It's not pretty, but he got the job done as Bussey hits for his 6th point. Ties this game back up at 50. You mentioned Mueller not scoring here in the 4th quarter. Big 3rd quarter for him, but 9 points in the 3rd, but quiet here thus far in the 4th.
Bussey comes away with a loose ball. Here's Mueller. The floater. That foul this time. Foul goes on Gas.
And that's number 4 on Jared Gas. Nobody really in foul trouble for DeSmet except for Gas.
2 shots for Mueller. 3rd team foul now on DeSmet. 16 points now for Mueller. Alderson's going to come back on, try to conserve Bussey a little bit more. Bussey has 4 fouls. 2:31 on the clock. And Mueller gives West Central a 2-point lead. the time when those wide open shots, you get a little tighter on them. Not so quick to pull the trigger, maybe. Skyberg to Roth. Good dish inside. Roth finishes it off. 14 now for Roth. Tied again.
With the good lob, Roth sensed that he had an opening behind. No backside help for West Central. Skyberg recognized that and hit him in with the lob and the 2 points. And we're locked up at 52.
Meehan, the drive. Phillips is open. Inside to Alderson. Gass with a rebound. 1 minute, 30 seconds to go in regulation. Phillips flies by. And again, Gass passes up to 3. Minute 20 to go. Skyberg. Alderson comes over. Skyberg got the hoop to put DeSmet up by 2. Skyberg's been held in check, just 4 points. 11 below his average, but a big hoop there. Luth to tie it up. No. Schultz with the rebound. Under a minute now. Skyberg got hammered by Luth. And with 49 seconds left, 2 shots coming up for Skyberg.
You watch Andy Luth come down and hammer. That's a frustration foul right there. Andy Luth thought he got fouled on the other end. And he's still jawing with the referee. Better watch out. 54-52. Back with more from Brett.
There's the game reset. Plenty of timeouts left for both teams. 49 seconds left. Todd Skyberg at the line for DeSmet. 2 shots coming up. Five now for Skyberg. 3-point lead for DeSmet. Big rebound comes away to Gass. And West Central's got to come out and foul now. Their next foul will be their 10th, which will be 2 shots for DeSmet. And they foul Molnar. Molnar, 70% shooter. He's been great at the line in the 4th quarter here in the tournament. 4th foul on Luth. And Molnar will get 2. 3-point DeSmet lead. DeSmet finished 3rd in the tournament last year. He got knocked out by Lennox in the semis. Molnar 4 for 4 from the line tonight. 4-point DeSmet lead with 38 seconds left. Dogs by 5. Skyberg with a near steal. Again, West Central does have a couple of timeouts left.
Trojans don't have a lot of time to be messing around here. They got to get a couple of shots up quick because Josh Phillips launches a 3, way short. And that may be the game right there.
Yeah, not the shot they wanted. Phillips way out beyond that red line. The NBA line comes up short. 22 seconds left. And a couple more free throws here. And DeSmet can put it away. Alderson with the foul is 3rd. Molnar back to the line to shoot 2. West Central calls timeout. 22 seconds left. All right, a 5-point DeSmet lead with 22 seconds left. George Molnar at the line to shoot 2. So he breaks a string of 5 straight. West Central's got to have a rebound here. If he misses again, 22 seconds left. 6-point DeSmet lead. Mueller, it's a 2 if it goes. Alderson with a rebound. Luth for 3. Just short again. Skyberg with a rebound. And that's just about going to do it. Here's Molnar. Robert with a big finish. Really a foul on Andy Luth, but it's just about academic. Luth will foul out with 5.8 seconds left. I'm not sure if the foul was on the shot by Roth. Apparently was. Roth will be at the free throw line. Bussey will come back in as Luth sits down. Roth will be at the line, but a 6-point lead with just 6 seconds left. Corey Roth with 15 now, and he's been worth some highlights here at the tournament. 7-point DeSmet lead. Dogs trying to put away their second championship of the 90s. Won the B title back in 95. And they are going to win the A title here in 99. Smith back for 3. And there it is. Dogs win it by 8. We'll be back to hand out the hardware. Talk to Coach Marv McCune right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're now ready to present the runner-up and championship trophies along with the team medals. From the board of directors, Wayne Carney and Cynthia Shepard. Runner-up trophy goes to the West Central Trojans. Players are Josh Mueller, Jared Smithback, Nathan Morkin, Jeremy Schultz, Ryan Geppert, Colin Bussey, Chris Meehan, Danny Dirksen, Josh Phillips, Andy Luth, Brett Stofferin, Chad Riley, Brian Alderson, and Joel Werkamp. Student managers are Larissa Hansen, Michelle Robbins, Matt Norgard, and Chase Brown. Assistant coaches, Tim Frederick and Scott Guzzi. Head coach of the West Central Trojans, Kent Mueller. A welcome home celebration will be held for West Central at the Ramada Inn on the second floor following this game. The championship of the 1999 boys state A class basketball tournament goes to the DeSmet Bulldogs. Players are Mark Burgers, Justin Peterson, Jordan Warney, Josh Palmer, George Molnar, Todd Skyberg, Casey Schultz, Jared Gass, Derek Larson, Justin Halverson, Justin McCune, Corey Roth, and Jake Anderson. Student managers, Tom Hook, April Whitman, and April Salonen. Assistant coaches are Jim Altenberg, Dave Carmen, and Troy Sturgeon. Head coach of the DeSmet Bulldogs, your 1999 Class A champions, Marv McCune.
So the Bulldogs win it 60-52. Jared Gass with 17 points, 12 rebounds. Corey Roth, 16 points, 12 rebounds for the DeSmet Bulldogs. And our Dakota Care play of the game, once again, authored by Corey Roth, the 6'5" senior from DeSmet. That breakaway dunk tonight. Flying in, and Corey Roth of DeSmet, our Dakota Care play of the game in the State A championship game tonight. We're going to step aside one more time. We'll be back to talk with a few of the players and head coach Marv McCune and our American Dairy Association player of the game right after this.
Association and your local dairy farmers. Sioux Valley Hospitals and Health System, making a difference in your life. Northwestern, America's best service experience. Your local Heartland Chevy dealers. Taco John's, a whole lot of Mexican. South Dakota Network, transporting information at the speed of light. BASF, out of this world broadleaf control is here, distinct from BASF. And Farm Bureau Insurance, living beside you, working for you.
Welcome back to Rapid City. DeSmet wins the State A championship. Marv McCune, their head coach, is standing by with John Wilson.
All right, thanks, Tom. Marv, we were talking about a little easier on the heart than last night, but how you feeling, state champion?
We feel great. Had to go right down to the last minute and a half, I think, or whatever, before we got the lead, and we just kept battling, played a little bit of a different defense than we played all year long. We made some big mistakes, but we made some big plays, too. We had other people shooting the ball, and that gave us an opportunity to give ourselves a chance to win.
And a great team to do it with, loaded with seniors. Perfect time to do it to close out their high school career.
It really was. You know, it's the same old story. Every state champion, they start when they're in grade school, and they set a goal and work all the way up, and that's the same thing these kids did. They came to play. We had a little struggle with the emotion because we didn't have a lot of energy left, but came down to the wire, we had it.
That's going to be my next next question. How do you get up after a game like last night with Little Wound and have another tough opponent like West Central was?
Well, I've been in a lot of locker rooms and region games, state games, and things like that, and we weren't high. Last night we were pretty high. The first night we were pretty calm. So I thought, well, we'll get it in gear. We got to play some steady basketball. These kids just been around too long for us. They knew they had to play.
All right, Mark McCune, state champion. Congratulations. Tom, back to you.
All right, second championship of the 90s for DeSmet. They won the 95 State B title, and they win it in the State A championship tonight at the Rapid City Civic Arena. We'll be back with our American Dairy Association player of the game right after this. There is a glimpse of our American Dairy Association player of the game. Let's do that right now. Jared Gass of DeSmet, 6'5" senior, 17 points and 12 rebounds tonight for Jared Gass, and he is our American Dairy Association player of the game, sponsored by your local dairy farmers who ask. Got milk. He was excellent tonight. 17 and 12 for Gass, 16 points and 12 rebounds for his teammate Corey Roth. George Molnar, another good game for him. He added 12 points as DeSmet wins it 60-52. Josh Mueller with 17 points. Andy Luth with 13 for West Central in the loss as the Trojans finish runners-up this year. Let's wrap it up. John Schrammick, South Dakota Public TV. Nice working with you again. We'll see you again next week. I think you know what the schedule is. We'll be on South Dakota Public TV next Thursday night. The game's next Thursday afternoon from the State AA tournament in Sioux Falls. The afternoon games will be on Kello TV, and then we'll join up with South Dakota Public TV on Thursday night, correct?
Thursday night, and then also on Friday night, and then Saturday night we'll be simulcasting again. So,
simulcast everything.
Look forward to seeing everybody up in Sioux Falls, and I just want to say this is working with you guys. You're just the most professional people, and you treat us real nice when we come out here, so we appreciate the effort you put forward to us.
John, once again, thank you very much.
Thank
John
you.
Schrammick. For John Wilson from Kelloland TV and our fabulous production crew, that's it from the State A tournament in Rapid City. We'll see you next Thursday afternoon from the State AA tournament in Sioux Falls. Take a look at the names here from the incredible Kelloland production crew, the guys that do all the work to bring you the sights and sounds of the state.